is less than 36, and we're talking about fractions of a dollar. So how many different ways can we break up a dollar using coins? So since lesson 22, we didn't do lesson 22, we started at 26. So in lesson 22, they use coins as fractions of a dollar. It says because 100 pennies equals a dollar, each penny is actually representing 1/100th. Does everybody understand that part? Okay. So each penny is 1/100th of a dollar. Since there are 20 nickels that make up a dollar, each nickel represents 1/20th of a dollar. Are y'all following me so far? Okay, we can describe part of a dollar by using a fraction or by using a dollar sign and a decimal point, because fractions and decimals are naming the same number. So if we look at example 1, it says 3 pennies are what fraction of a dollar? What would 3 pennies be? If 1 penny is 1/100th of a dollar, then it would be 3/100ths, right? So if I were to write that as a fraction, it would look like this for A, 3/100ths. What is the value of 3 pennies using a dollar sign and a decimal point? So if I were to use a dollar sign and a decimal point, what does that look like for the value of 3 pennies?
A 0, then a dot, then a 0, 3.
Very good. So it'd be a 0 and a decimal point and a 0 and a 3. That's representing 3/100ths or 3 cents, 3 pennies. All right, which coin equals 1/4 of a dollar? Raise your hand.
Quarter.
A quarter, good. So how do I write 1/4 of a dollar using a dollar sign and a decimal point? What does that look like?
$1, 0, and a decimal point, 25.
Very good. Everybody agree?
Yes.
Okay. 3 dimes are what fraction of a dollar? We haven't talked about dimes yet. So think about what 1 dime is of a dollar. What's 1 dime?
10 hundredths.
Reduce that. How many dimes make up a dollar?
10.
10. So if I have 1 dime, what would my fraction be?
10.
1/10th. Right. Okay. Now, 3 dimes, Elijah, are what fraction of a dollar? 3/10. Very good. Okay, what is the value of 3 dimes using a dollar sign and a decimal point? What does that look like? What does the value of 3 dimes look like when I use a dollar sign and a decimal point? Tyler. Yeah, you have to put that 0 at the end. Anytime I'm dealing with money, money has to have 2 numbers in the decimal places because otherwise it looks weird, right? We can't just have 0.3 when we're talking about money. Money always has 2 numbers in the decimal place. Will you turn around, please? Thank you. Okay, example 4. We're comparing 1/20th of a dollar and half of a dollar. So a nickel is 1/20th. Why? How do we know? Reagan, how do we know 1/20th of a dollar is represented by a nickel? Okay, a dime represents 1/10th of a dollar. A penny represents 1/100th of a dollar. How do we know a nickel represents 1/20th of a dollar? A nickel's not 20 cents. What does it mean? Will?
It means 500.
It means, okay, so a nickel is representing 5/100ths, right? It's 5 cents, which is 500. So how many nickels do you need to make a dollar?
20.
20, because 1 nickel is 5 cents. I would need 20 nickels to equal 100 cents, which is a dollar. So a nickel is 1/20th of a dollar, and it is less than half of a dollar. So what symbol would I put there? A less than symbol. Half of a dollar is how much money?
50 cents.
50 cents. A 20th of a dollar is how much money? What did we just say?
5.
5 cents. Okay, so if a 20th of a dollar is 5 cents. That is definitely less than half of a dollar, which is 50 cents. Okay, look at these coins. What do I have on the board? Can y'all see that okay?
A quarter, a dime, a nickel, and a penny.
Yep, I got one of each. How many different ways can we group these 3 coins? I could start with the way it's already laid out, right? So, or could we group 3 coins? There's 4. I want to just take 3. So I could do a penny, a nickel, and a dime. I could do a penny, a nickel, and a quarter. I could do a penny and a dime and a quarter. And then if I don't include the penny, then I can still do a nickel, dime, and quarter. And so far we've found 4 combinations. Would there be any other combinations other than that? There's not, because if I take the penny out of the equation, then I only have 3 coins left that I can combine together, right? Okay, let's do a couple of practice problems. The first one says, write the value of 3/4 using a dollar sign and a decimal point. What does that look like?
0, then a decimal point, then 75 cents.
Okay, right now this looks like 75 hundredths.
There has to be a dollar.
Yep, got to be a dollar sign first. Perfect. We can't forget to put the dollar sign at the beginning. And then what fraction of a dollar is 3 nickels? 1 nickel is 1/20th. What would 3 nickels be? 3/20ths. Think about that for a minute. If I said the fraction of 1 penny is 1/100th, the fraction of 3 pennies is 3/100ths. Same concept. Fraction of a dollar of 3 nickels is 3 out of 20. Okay. Now, how do I write that using a dollar sign and a decimal point? What's that look like? Mm-hmm.
You do dollar sign, 0,
How much is 3 nickels?
15.
Right, 15 cents. Good. Okay, 50 pennies. 50 pennies are what fraction of a dollar?
50 hundredths.
50 hundredths, which is a half. Very good. Okay, how do I write that using a dollar sign and a decimal point? Mm-hmm.
Dollar sign,
Uh-huh.
0, dot, 5, 50.
Very good. Okay, now I want to compare 1/10 of a dollar. What's 1/10 of a dollar represented by what coin? A dime. And I'm going to compare it to 1/4 of a dollar. What's that represented by? The quarter. Okay, this is the quarter, I think, right here. So that is represented by a quarter. Okay, so which one's more? 1/10 of a dollar or 1/4 of a dollar? Very good. What about half of a dollar? Uh-oh. The other part got covered up. Let's just say, and 1/4 of a dollar. Okay, this is a half of a dollar. Which one's more? The half dollar is greater than 1/4 of a dollar. Okay, I am missing some of my words. I don't know what the last one is. So we're just going to skip on past it. Well, actually, let me see somebody's book. It says, list all the different ways to pair 2 coins. You may use money manipulatives to solve. Well, we're just going to use the pictures that we have right here. How many different ways could I combine those coins if I'm pairing 2 coins? Only 2. So what could I pair together? I could pair, is this a nickel?
What?
Or is that a penny?
That's a nickel.
Okay, we're going to go with nickel right here. Okay, so how many different ways, if I were to pair them, I could put the nickel and 1/4. I could do a nickel and a dime and a nickel and the half dollar, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what else could I do? I could do the quarter and the dime, the quarter and the half dollar. I've already got quarter and nickel, so I can't do that again. What's my only other option left? the dime, and the half dollar. Good. So these right here are my 6 options, 6 different combinations for pairing all of these coins together. All right, today your assignment is going to start on page 249. You're doing all the written practice 1 through 30. It ends on page 252. If you finish early, you can turn it in, but I highly recommend taking it home and checking over it with your